everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Hello, Happy New Year. I realize that obviously I've been away from YouTube for a while. I really want to continue making videos and hopefully helping support any of you who are on your vegan journey or want to learn more about being vegan or just about a healthy plant-based lifestyle. So I'm definitely a little bit more motivated this year going into 2021 to continue to do that. I know that 2020 was a really weird year for so many people, I guess for all of us across the globe. We've all been affected so differently by everything that's been happening. So, I just want you guys to know that if you feel like maybe you didn't hit all your goals for the year, or maybe you just took a little bit more time for yourself, more rest days, that's completely normal, and I actually think it's really healthy. So, self-care is never selfish. It's extremely important, and it's necessary. Not only for you to fill your own cup, but for you to help fill other people's too, because you can't give your energy to anybody if you're not giving energy to yourself. So, anyways, that's just my little disclaimer. Anyways, we're going to pop into this video. This video is all about how I hope to stay organized and, geared towards motivation throughout 2021, and hopefully that will continue in years to come. So I'm just going to show you what I have here. It's my agenda. If I can get it out of my bag, that would be awesome. I carry it with me everywhere I go. It just looks like this. It's really pretty. It just says 2021 on it. And I'll kind of dive in and show you a little bit about what's inside my agenda and how I keep myself organized. So some of you might know I'm an actress for theater and film, and I also am a teacher. I teach mostly junior high students. So in Canada, junior high, usually age range is like grade 11, so age 11 to about 18. So, or just kidding. Well, that's high school, and I do teach some high school too, but junior high is actually 11 to about 15, 16. And then high school, which I do teach a little bit of, usually is geared towards students in grades 10 to 12, which is about 15, 16 to about 17, 18. Anyways, sorry. So, so I do teach, and I act, so it's busy. So I try to keep everything in an agenda. I am old school, and I have to write things down. So if it's not written down, and I don't check it off, it's not happening. Did it even happen? Probably not. Even if I write things down in my phone, I will write it down a second time in my agenda, and I will color code. So I'm just going to show you a little bit about what my agenda looks like right now. So I am a big fan of these coiled agendas. Why? Because you can slip a pen in there pretty easily, and you always have a pen with you on the go. Perfect. When you open up my agenda, you'll notice that there's a pocket in here. This pocket's really important. I love keeping this pocket to put like different items. Sometimes if I'm going for an audition, I like to bring my monologue with me if it's a general audition, or if it's for film, or for theater. Sometimes we were given sides to memorize. I'll often bring those with me just to refresh my memory if I have a moment to sit in the waiting room. Okay, so that's really good. Right now, I actually just have a couple of things. So I always carry this in my agenda. This is actually really important to me. I don't think I've ever shown anybody this before, but here we go. This is my grandma and grandpa, and that's me when I was a baby. But I keep this photo with me everywhere I go in my agenda because it just motivates me. My grandparents have passed now, but they were always extreme supporters of my work and just of me. They were second set of parents. So now they've passed, I see them as my angels, and so I keep them with me. So if ever I'm feeling a little bit uninspired, or I'm feeling a bit lonely or down, I like having them close by just to think of them. So I encourage you to keep something that motivates you. It could be, a family member that has passed, or maybe it's a picture of your dog, or you and your boyfriend, or a significant other, or partner. It's always nice to keep that with you. I also went ahead and created a map of my goals for 2021. And I actually mapped them out on a giant piece of sketch paper. And it's a pretty large map, but I just folded it up and keep it within my agenda. If you want to see a video about goals and how you can kind of work to set intentions for the year, let me know in the comments below, because I'll definitely film a video about that. But yeah, I keep that there as well. And then this is a little trick that I found to be really helpful. I just get one of these like bigger paper clips, and then I just clip it to the page that I'm currently working with. So, for example, we're on January. This is for this week, so it goes up to January 10th. So that week is kind of taken care of. What's great about this agenda too is that there's actually a full calendar in there for each month. So I'll go in and I'll write down what I have due, what I have coming up every day within the actual calendar, and then I write smaller tasks for the day for each day. And I separate it by school, so school work, acting work, and then all of my other goals. So for example, here for Thursday, my goal was to complete progress report comments. So I had to complete those for my students. So I've checked those off my list. And then at the very bottom, I have a separate section that's working towards my other goals and intentions, which was my workout day on Thursday. And I also wanted to hit my goal of reading 2 chapters of my new book. So I really try to take bite-sized pieces out of each goal and apply it to what I actually think I can complete in the day. I think it's really important whenever you are looking at your goals and assessing what you can do in a day, don't bite off more than you can chew, because you end up feeling really guilty if you get to the end of the day and you didn't hit that goal. Some days you won't, and that's actually okay. Just take into consideration maybe why. Were you just feeling not well? Were you distracted by social media that day, and instead of reading, maybe you decided to stay on TikTok? Or were you maybe kind of bored with your book and maybe you want to read something else? You can kind of consider why maybe you aren't hitting those goals or intentions, especially if you've been trying quite a bit. Maybe you're not going towards that goal because it's something you actually don't want to pursue. So you want to kind of take inventory of that. But I definitely try to write my tasks for the day, and then I just check things off as I go. And that's really helpful. Okay. Something else I enjoy doing, and I find that's really great about this agenda in general, is that it also has like your February goals, to-dos, massive things here, which is it's great to map those things out. Birthdays and stuff as well, you can pop those in. But I'm a big believer in keeping an agenda. So that's how I stay organized day to day, is I write everything in my agenda. This agenda was actually on sale. I got it from Indigo, and it was like, I think it's regular $24. I didn't spend that much. I actually only got it for $15. I think I got it on sale, which was really nice. Sometimes I'll splurge and I'll end up spending like $36 on an agenda, but I know it's great for the whole year. But obviously, if you don't want to spend that kind of money, you don't feel like you need to. This is a bigger agenda because I like to see everything. But if you like more of a handheld pocket agenda, by all means, pop it in there. So that's just one of the ways I really like to stay organized, is by writing everything down and making a little check mark or crossing it off my list when it's completed. And again, if you find yourself at the end of the week being like, well, I didn't hit my goal, I didn't hit my fitness goal, I said to myself I was going to work out 3 days a week this week, but I didn't hit those goals, then you can maybe just figure out what it is that you were doing instead of that, and try to seek out ways of motivating yourself to hit that goal. Sometimes it's not always about being, I don't believe in it being about being lazy. I think sometimes it's about being uninspired, or having so much fear about starting something that we don't start it. Or having fear about finishing that and looking at the end goal that we don't actually realize the process behind it and why we're wanting to pursue it in the first place. So I recommend keeping an agenda this year. If you haven't already, you can also, if you wanted, write on a notepad. Maybe agendas aren't your thing. Maybe that scares you a bit. I have a notebook here that I write all of my thoughts down every single day. So I usually wake up in the morning and I'll write a few morning pages based on the scripture that I've read. So I'll read my Bible in the morning, and then just write a few notes about how that scripture made me feel. And then At night, I like to write in a few points about my day, maybe things I was thankful for or grateful for, or just how my day went. And then I also put in all my information for my theater company, work that we're doing, goals that I'm trying to achieve. So it's just an extension of my agenda, but it's a little bit more personalized. So it's like a diary and a journal. This again is actually the same maker as my agenda. This was, I think, on sale for, I think it was actually about $15 as well. And a regular price was a bit more expensive, obviously, like around $20. But this just says, a sparkle in her eye, the wind in her hair, a song in her heart. And I just love it. It's pink, got pretty little gold writing in the dots, which I think is really nice. I'm also a big fan of the fact that it's lined. I need a lined paper, and then it's also got a little spot to put the date. So it's perfect. But yeah, I definitely recommend keeping a journal. And, you know, at the start, it might feel a bit weird. You might be like, oh, I really don't know how to start, or I've never kept a journal. But it's actually a really great way to keep track of your thoughts. And when you look back at those things, it's so cool to see where you were a year ago or 5 years ago. And one of the coolest things was when I was in university and acting school, we did a lot of journaling. We actually had to keep an acting journal or a drama journal that we would take with us to our acting classes, our voice classes, and our movement classes. So we had 3 separate journals. And I have everything written down from my entire 4-year drama degree. And I look back at those journals sometimes now as an actor and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that exercise. I'm going to try it. Or with my students, I think like, oh, you know what? I really think I should try this. And it's kind of a fun way to like go back and see what you were thinking about in those moments and remind yourself of what made you start in the first place if you're feeling a bit down. So I recommend starting and, you know, going for it. Start a journal, start some sort of way to kind of catalog your thoughts and feelings. That's really just meant for you. It's also excellent for mental health and being able to kind of screen your thoughts and feelings and know why you're feeling that way, you know, the way that you are. So those are just a couple of helpful tips for me about how I'm keeping organized. If you are interested in, again, hearing about maybe how I, you know, get my goals and intentions for the year set up, or any other organizational tips from me, please let me know. I would love to do that because I'm a huge fan of organization and cleaning. It's a hobby of mine. So if you're interested, just leave a comment down below or give this video a like so I know that this is something that interests you. And I wish you all a happy new year and stay healthy and safe. Mwah. Thank you.